Hi. Okay, nice. The first ones are here. Sounds great. Okay, so yeah, we are here. So I wanted you can ask some questions, of course, maybe things I didn't explain in some tutorials or something like that. And yeah, if you don't have any questions, I think I just animate some stuff and maybe I can explain something. Yeah, some of you asked about 2v1 animation, and maybe you want to see something about that. I don't know. Why I don't animate on Adobe Flash? Yes, Adobe Flash actually costs a lot of money for me. I know that the software is pretty awesome for animating, but Flipperclip is cheap and it works very well for me. I learned a lot with this app, and I think I am great with this app. I can actually animate pretty good. It works well, so yeah, that's why I'm using Flipperclip and not Adobe Flash. Subtitles on my life, okay. I actually don't know if this works. So it's my first live. I try to do some. Uh, I try to do my best so that the live is working well. Yeah. Is it good to animate with finger? I would say it's okay, but yeah, I started with animating only with finger. So my first animation, the Stone vs. Fire animation, that was animated with finger. Also the Neon Battle, if you remember that, also was animated with finger. And I'm currently animating with finger right now because my iPad pen is in the house of my parents, and yes, that's why I'm animating with finger right now. But yeah, I think it's pretty good to animate with finger. It's definitely works. I think it's better to animate with a pen because you, with the finger you always can't see the lines. Yeah, sometimes you can see the lines with your finger, but it's okay. So I think a stylus or an iPad pen works better. Yeah. And yes, I'm using an iPad pen most of the times. It's okay. I think I would start with a 2v1 animation, if you don't mind. So if you have any questions, you can always ask them. I hope the quality of my of the sound is good. I hope you can hear. I will test it quick, but yeah, you should hear me pretty good, I hope. So, okay, I think we can start with some first animating. So most of the times before I animate, I'm using this little setting in Flipperclip just to make the first straight line in the background. It's just so I can orientate myself with animation. So where's the ground, where's the sky and stuff like that, so I can um, yeah, animate better. This line helps me always, and after that I just click on the layer, and And then I choose the second layer because I don't want to animate on the layer with the line or with the background. I always want to animate on a second layer. So if I would draw a stick man, maybe like this, just a small stick man, and then I would erase it, the background gets not erased, and that's great. That's why I'm always animating on a second layer. Yes. So, okay, maybe I make a Naruto versus Goku animation sometimes. When I have time, Naruto versus Goku, I think it will be a big animation. Yeah. Maybe I make a Naruto versus Goku stick fight. Maybe I could do that. Yes. Okay, from Brazil. Nice. I'm from Germany, by the way, so I hope you can understand me well. I'm not the best in English, but I think it works for most of the people when I communicate. Yeah, so okay. Maybe I start with the first stickman. I always loving it to use maybe some special color, not always the brightest red, just a simple red like this. And then most of the time I'm using 25 pixel to 30 pixel, but 25 pixel I think it's great to work with that. So, and then I'm looking on my line, on my background line, and then I'm drawing a leg like this from a little bit over the background line to the maybe 2 or 3 times under it. I'm drawing the feet. Yeah, this is how the first stickman should look like. I think it's great. Any tips on sword fight animations? Okay, sword fight animation, I already made a tutorial on that, but of course I can give you some tips on that. I think if you make a sword fight animation, the first thing of course you should do, you need a sword. I'm also using this one, so you can choose maybe a gray color for the blade of the sword. That's a little bit thick. Maybe I make it like 10 pixels. Yeah, 10 pixels for the blade of the sword should work. And then we need like a brown. Okay, nice. So that's it for the sword. Now you can use the lasso and always move it everywhere you want, always as you like. You can also use the eraser to make the blade of the sword a little bit sharper. Maybe you can do something like this. Now it looks a little bit sharper, a little bit more realistic, I think. Yeah, and for a sword fight, I would recommend you to put the sword on a different layer, because when you want to erase something from the stickman, you always erase something from the sword, and I would not recommend to do that. So we create a third layer for the sword. Then I use the lasso. No, wait, I use the lasso right here. Copy it. Then I go to my third layer and paste it. Now I have the sword on this layer, and now as you can see, when I erase the stickman, it will not erase the sword, and that's perfect. This is actually exactly what we want to achieve. So yeah, my first tip for a sword fight, you should definitely have in mind how your combo should be. So maybe when you hit with the first slash, you can do something like so that the hand is above the stick figure, and then it hits forward. I will try to animate this first. So we start with the next frame. Then I will erase the stick figure. So we use 25 pixel, and now we start the second keyframe. So I always would recommend you to animate your stick figures with pose to pose. So you draw your first frame, and after that your last frame. When you have your first and your last frame, after that you can in between, and it really helps. So what we want to do is maybe something like this. So the legs are not that important, but maybe the body looks a little bit forward. So maybe he wants to slash with his sword like this. So this is now the middle frame, but I really needed it because I didn't really know how I wanted to make my sword slash. This is maybe he leaning forward with the sword, then leaning his sword back, and then he is doing it with the sword. So he is slashing with the sword right after that. So he needs some build up to actually hit. So maybe we do something like this on the third frame. He steps a little bit forward. Then this is the arm with the sword. This is the other arm, so he leans back. And then in the last frame, his leg will lean a little bit forward. His other leg is like this. And then his arm goes for the slash, maybe something like this. So now we can add the sword to the hands, something like this. So always. So when you have something, when your sword, it doesn't stay always at the same position, and it has some different angles because the sword goes to the side or something like that. So you can use your lasso and then make it a little bit thinner, so it looks like the sword goes into the picture, so a little bit out of the picture. Then you can do it like this. Then the sword for the build-up, for the slash, and then the final slash. Okay, so these are my keyframes. So I think you can definitely see that there is a movement just with these few pictures, but I would recommend you really to use pose to pose when animating a sword fight. It's very easy because now we just have to in between. So we go to our second picture and make another frame, or maybe I use the first picture because the sword is cleaner in this picture and I don't have to erase the sword in this picture. So now we're just in between like this, always between the red and the green onion skin. So he leans a little bit forward, his arm goes a little bit forward, his other arm goes a little bit back. So he stands there and then his arms go a little bit up. Also the sword Goes a little bit like this, also a little bit out of the picture. Then I would think that we need another one, another in between. So like this, then the arm goes forward, the other arm is right here, and then the sword. Always use your lasso, it's really important, I think. And it really helps to make your animation look great. So now this was our first keyframe. No, this was the second keyframe, and then here we have another keyframe. So between those, I'm also in betweening. So it takes just a small step. So we have this leg right in the middle of those two keyframes. Then make the second leg like this for his first step. So then we can erase the sword, because I will need the clean sword in this case. Here maybe something like this. Then in this keyframe, I would say that after this, he needs a little bit more build up. So I would recommend you to do a little bit more frames, because it always feels better when you have a lot of pictures or a slow movement before he goes for the final hit with his sword. Because when you have a slow movement before the hit, the final slash feels a lot faster and a lot stronger. So we are doing some more frames right here. Maybe he's leaning back a little bit more because the sword is very heavy or something like this. Then you can also use the same frame again. It always works a little bit, but I would recommend you to watch your animation a couple of times so you get a little feeling how you want or how your animation is better. So we in between, like here, and the sword goes a little bit down between those frames. And now we have our final slash. He also, after his slash, he leans a little bit back, so the arm swings back because of the movement of the sword. The sword is very heavy, so he needs to move his arm back, maybe something like this, and the other arm comes to the front because he needs to stabilize himself. Then the sword goes like this, and this should be our final animation. Yeah, you can see it's like a little slash. Looks great, not perfect, but I think it's not that bad. So to make your sword fight looks even better, it always works. It's absolutely fantastic to work with this effect. You can use a little smear effect. So I'm going to the layer of the sword, to the third layer. Then I'm using the same color as the sword's blade. And now I'm drawing a little arc from the tip of the sword to the tip of the sword from the frame before. Then I'm doing something like this. I'm filling in the color. You can make your smear effect as big as you want. I think it works always with a little bit bigger smear effect because it's more recognizable, and yeah, it makes your animation even more appealing, but maybe not too big, so it's a little bit more realistic, I think. So something like this and this something like this big should work. So then I go to the eraser, and then I click on the second dot, and I'm increasing it a little bit. So now we can erase a little bit of this, and now the smear effect looks way better than before. Maybe we can do a little bit less. And now we do the second smear effect. So then filling it in again. And now we erase it again. And now it should be a way better slash. Yes, this works way better. But as you can see, he stops pretty fast, so we want to move a little bit more. Yeah. So, you're German? Yes, I'm from Germany. How you're so good at animating? I think so. First of all, thank you for the compliment. But I think that because of watching a lot of anime and stuff like that, and since the start when I started with animating, I always watched tutorials from Alan Becker, or I watched the animes in 0.25 speed on YouTube. So I learned a lot of tricks, and I just practice like every day and try to improve my animation, and I think it works pretty good. How do I make big sword slash from the anime Bleach? I have to be honest, I didn't watch Bleach. I watched it a little bit. So what exactly do you mean? Do you mean something like when he's hitting with his sword, an effect comes out of the sword, or something like this? So maybe when he's swinging his sword, and then maybe some magical stuff comes out of the sword, maybe something like this. I would also recommend you to make the different effects also in another layer. So maybe something like this. I would also erase a little bit of it. Maybe the magic stuff is coming in this frame, maybe a little bit bigger. You can always increase the size of your effects with your lasso, as I'm doing it right now. It looks pretty awesome. So, and then I'm using this stuff again in the last frame. Maybe make it a little bit bigger and moving to the side. Now I have like this cool effect. I think it looks pretty cool. I actually never used an effect like this in my animations. So maybe I should do this sometimes. Maybe I make an animation with such an effect. Kranker stream, Alla. Okay, nice. That's cool. That's nice to hear from you, Julius. Did I see the dude who stole my animation? Yes. You mean that guy who stole or who copied my gravity animation and uploaded to YouTube Shorts? You get a lot of views with it. Yes. It was funny. It's actually impressive to see how much intention he got with this animation, with my animation. How did I get into animation? So, yeah, as I said, I love to watch anime, and I watched anime since I was 12 years old, and I was always stunned by the Sakuga animation, so the fight animations or the effect animations, and I always wanted to create something like this. So I had to do something in school. So it was a bigger project in school, and I was like, okay, why not trying out animation? So my topic for my presentation was the 12 principles of animation. So this was literally the time when I started with my first stick fight, and my first stick fight was actually the Stone versus Fire. So yeah, I made a presentation. I learned a lot with this presentation, and then I started with animating. It was about, I think I was 16 or something like this. Yes. Do you upload stuff on other social media accounts? Yes, I'm uploading some different stuff on other social media. So it's actually not that different from YouTube. So my main social media is definitely YouTube. There you will see the most stuff. But some behind the scenes images you will definitely see on Instagram. And on TikTok, just some clips from my animations, maybe some edited clips or stuff like that. Yes, but I'm on Instagram and on TikTok as well. Is your dream to be a mangaka? Actually, not. My dream is to be a great animator, but I think that mangaka or being a mangaka is pretty awesome. So I'm I always thinking about my own series or maybe a little movie or stuff like that. I can actually show you one of my characters I did for an animation I want to do in the next month. Yeah, it will be a pretty big animation, and yes, I thought about being a mangaka or doing manga stuff, but I more into the animation stuff, and I will definitely make a short movie with this character you can see right now, and yes, I hope I can do something like this big. But the first character is here, so I will start this animation soon. Have you ever felt demotivated? Yeah, definitely. I often have times when I stop animating and just playing some games, and I don't want to animate because it's exhausting. You always have to draw every single frame, and it's awful sometimes. I like it. I like the result of my animations. I love posting my animations. I love your feedback, but sometimes it's so frustrating when your animation does not look like you want to have it. So yeah. How do quick movements in Stickman? Okay, I can show you this pretty fast. So let's make a new project with quick movement. Let's go. Okay, we do it always. So I'm always animating on 24 FPS actually, and maybe HD. Okay, so a quick movement. We always start with just a simple background. Bam. And then I want to have, I don't know, maybe a stickman this color, 24 pixels, and maybe he's starting from the ground. So he's doing like this, leaning forward, his hands on the ground. So he's going from the ground, maybe he's going up, or he's going pretty fast to the right. Oh my god, I have to drink something. I never talk this much. Maybe I talk this much in school, but actually not at home. Okay, stay hydrated, guys. It will help you. Okay, so after this, he is going to the right in a fast movement. So maybe I'm drawing his body like this, so maybe a little bit overstretched. His arms are leaning backwards. Then stretching him a little bit. And in the last frame, he's just a quick yellow line, something like this. Making the line a little bit smaller so it looks better. And in the last frame, he's out of the picture. That's it. Fast movement, easy. No, actually not. But I would say that these frames are final, and you just have to do something at the beginning. So as I said earlier in the stream, before a fast movement happens, you start with a slow movement. So he needs some time to build up his fast movement, maybe leaning a little bit more forward. His arms are in the back. And then leaning even further, stretching his leg. Then you can copy your frames maybe sometimes. And then in the last frame, he's doing it even more. Copy this. Then from the start we can do a little in between the fast movement and the start. So his leg goes a little bit like this. Maybe like this. His body goes forward, his arms lean back, maybe one arm comes from the ground, the other arm is in the air. And then his leg wants to go in the front of the body. And now we should have a pretty fast movement, which looks absolutely incredible. It looks great. It just looks really great. So now we can maybe do some shakes when he starts. so it looks even better. Maybe has some impact with him. So we're moving the background and also the stick figure a little bit down with the lasso. Also doing this with the frame after this. This time we're moving the background up, not down. Also moving the stick figure up. So always, when you have a camera movement, always move your stick figure the same way as you're moving your background. That's all I can say for camera shakes. I also made a tutorial on that, by the way. Yeah. So now we have a little shake. Looks great. Maybe the shake is a little bit too much. So when you see that your shake feels a little bit out of place, you can always move it back or make it not that hard. Just move it a little bit down. And now with a smaller shake, and I think it's better. It actually looks better. Best animator in the world. Thank you. Maybe best animator on YouTube. I don't know. Thank you. Always nice to hear this. How I do this spiky lines and impact frames. Spiky lines and impact frames, I think I know what you mean. I'm just, we can actually do an impact frame in this animation. So maybe after the jump, there's a small impact frame. Okay, I need to drink again. I'm sorry. So we can go to the first layer, making the background black for the impact frame, then go to the second layer, and now choosing the white for the spikes in the impact frame. And now I just make the pixels of my pen a little bit smaller, and then you can always make a pretty fast movement with your finger. So you go like to the right, to the left pretty fast with your finger, and then you will have those pretty cool spiky impact frame images, something like this. Then maybe you have some bigger ones. And then for the next impact frame, I'm going with the white color, choosing a black pen, maybe drawing the spikes a little bit bigger right now. So you can actually go close to your image like this, and then you can make your spikes a little bit smaller, but also a little bit more controlled, because when you have a close up to your image, it's very easy to make your lines more like you want to have it. So maybe something like this. And then the next one is a black background with white lines again. And this time they are pretty big, moving out of the picture. So it's like an impact coming from the stick figure, like a wind effect in the impact frame. It's always nice to have something like this in your impact frame. Yeah, it's not perfect, but I think it works. Looks great. Actually, it works. Cool. Yeah. Out of all your animations, what do you think is the best? I think that, oh my god, it's pretty hard. I really like my full version of Stone vs. Fire. It was I made it a long time ago, but I needed a lot of time for this animation. So I think Stone vs. Fire is one of my best animations. But I really like doing full body stuff, so I'm pretty proud of my parkour animation. The full body Sakuga parkour animation, I really like this one. But yeah. But I think actually the best right now is the 10K subscriber animation. I'm really proud of it. Yes. It's hard with fingers. Yes. And I'm currently also animating with fingers. But it works. As you can see, it works. Animating with fingers isn't that hard, actually. I mean, I think that everyone starts with animating finger on Flipperclip, so it's a nice practice. Why do you always add the head after you're done with the rest of the animation and not while you're animating the scene? Okay, let me think. And let me drink. I'm doing this because sometimes I want to erase the head of the stick figure. Oh no, I want to erase something of the part of the stick figure. So I'm also adding the head on another layer. So it's not on the same layer of the stick figure, it's always on another layer. And then I always can use exactly the same head with the same quality. So when you copy your head like 20 times, it loses some quality, some resolution. So I have just this one head, adding it here, and when I'm done with my animation, I just have to paste it, and then I easily can copy it all the time. So I think it saves you a lot of time when you just make your animation, and maybe when you're not happy with the result of your animation, and you can always erase something from your stick figure and then edit it. So when you have your head, you always have to remove the head with it. So when you have the head after your final result, it should be no problem to remove the head. You just have to do it like this. Or, yeah, I think it saves a lot of time to do the head after you're done with the animation. I hope you understand it. My English is not the best, as I said, always actually. But yeah, I hope I can explain what I'm doing. What inspired me to start animating? Anime. Anime is the GOAT. And my favorite anime, actually Naruto, I think. But I really have to say that Attack on Titan, the storyline of Attack on Titan is awesome. But the fights of Naruto are incredible. I think Naruto has the best fights, especially in animation. Also, yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer, great animation, but I think that Naruto's choreography are the best. I make animations like these two. Can you review them? I thought about reviewing some of your animations, actually. So when I find the perfect time, maybe I'm doing some reviews in the next live stream. This time I'm just talking, answering your questions and stuff like this. But I think in the next live stream, maybe tomorrow. So when you have time tomorrow, I will do the next live stream, and then I will review your animations. So you can send me your animations maybe on Discord, and then I will review your animations, watch them, and say something about it. So why not? Tomorrow, send me your animations, and I will give you some advices, some tips, or just say, "Oh my God, you're amazing." Yeah. Have you watched One Piece? I'm sorry, no. But I want to start. I really want to start. So One Piece is actually the next anime I want to start. But One Piece is so large. I think I need more time to watch One Piece than watching Naruto. So yeah, I have a lot to do, especially for YouTube. But I will watch it. Trust me. my favorite anime would change after One Piece. Okay, maybe. I don't know. 110 subscribers. That's great. That's cool. What time tomorrow? I have school. Okay, maybe I'm doing it later. It's a little bit difficult because of all the time zones and stuff like this. So I start 1 hour later tomorrow, so that you finish with school. But right now it's 18 o'clock, and maybe in your time it's very early the day. So yeah, it's a little bit difficult to have the perfect time for a live stream. So yeah, but I think starting it late in my time should be better for you in your time. I hope. I don't know. It's hard. Do you watch JoJo? Oh my god. Partly. So not everything. Some part of it, but not really. I also want to watch JoJo. Yes. Right now I'm watching. Oh my god, what watching? What do I watch right now? It's My Hero Academia. Yeah, I think weekly there are some new episodes. And Boruto, Boruto is okay. The animation is actually insane on Boruto. So on the good episodes, the animation is absolutely insane. But yeah, I did not watch everything of Boruto, so I skipped a lot of fillers. Yeah. As long as my stream is on, you're happy. That's so nice to hear. Great. Okay, so maybe I'm doing some more stuff. So maybe you have some other questions. Okay? Flipperclip crashed. That's actually happening a lot of times. Yeah. So when you have some other questions, you can always ask them. If not, I will try to do some just animating stuff. I think I will stream maybe 1 hour. So not too long, because I actually don't know what I'm streaming all the time, but I think 1 hour will do this. Yeah. So let's start with maybe another animation. So maybe a 2v1. I actually wanted to start a 2v1 at the beginning, but I wanted to explain some other stuff. Maybe we can do it right now. Or maybe you have some questions. You can always ask them. No problem. Imagine Mr. Beast came and said donating $10,000 to a random streamer. Would be great. But I think he is donating to Twitch streamers. And I don't think I thought about streaming on Twitch, but I thought it would be easier to stream on YouTube, because you will see my stream, so you know that I'm live. And on Twitch you have to go to Twitch, and then maybe you don't see that I'm live currently. So yeah, I think YouTube is easier to stream for me. But if you say that you should definitely stream on Twitch, then maybe I start streaming on Twitch. But for the first time I will stream on YouTube. Maybe every week, 1 or 2 times. But it will depend on what I have to do. Sometimes I'm so busy I can't stream, I'm sorry. Yes. Do you have Discord? Yes, I have Discord. I will make a Discord server for animators. So I'm currently working on a Discord server. So I think this week or next week I will release the server and you can join. Then you can send animations right there, just talk. Maybe we can play some games. I don't know. Yeah. How did I get Flipperclip on PC? Okay, so actually I'm currently not using Flipperclip on PC, but you just have to go to I'm sorry, I literally can't explain this on my iPad, because I'm streaming on my iPad right now, but maybe I can show you on YouTube. So I made a tutorial about this 1 year ago. So how to download Flipperclip on PC, laptop. Maybe this one will help you. I just explained how to get Flipperclip on PC. I think there are some other methods. I think it's called emulator. So you need an emulator on your PC to download apps you normally always have on your phone. So yeah, I'm using BlueStacks, so you have to install BlueStacks. And then when you have BlueStacks, you just open it and search for Flipperclip on the App Store or Play Store. Yeah, and that's it. This is how you get Flipperclip on PC. Have you thought about making a stick tournament? Yes. Absolutely. I want to do a stick fight tournament. I thought about making one with the characters from my other animations. So maybe a fight between the Stone vs. Fire and the Gravity guy, or Gravity versus the 10k stick fight, stick man. Yeah. I really want to do a stick fight tournament sometime. Okay, I was just blind. Happens. Sometimes I always can't find the videos I need. I prefer iPad, definitely. So because on PC I just have my mouse and zoom in and out on Flipperclip on PC is pretty awful. I think it's way better on mobile devices. Yeah, you just need your fingers, then you can zoom in. It's way better, I think, and it's a lot faster. And on iPad, I can use my pen, so I think it's way better than a mouse and a keyboard. Yeah, I think my first two animations I also made on phone with my fingers. I also used the method with a pen and aluminium foil. So you wrap the aluminium foil around a normal pen, and then you can animate with this on your phone. Actually, this should work. I did it a few times. It's pretty cheap. It's pretty ridiculous, but it works actually. Yeah, use aluminium foil and a pen, and then you have a cheap pen for your mobile device. Yeah, it's to stabilize. That's true. Okay, then let's. Maybe I can show you some stuff for some stick fight tips. I actually heard a lot of you wanted to make or wanted to have a shockwave tutorial. So I think that you mean something about the wind effects. Maybe when someone is hitting another one, I can show you something from my tutorial that is coming maybe next week, I think, or in 2 weeks. Then yeah, I made this small animation, and yeah, right there I will explain you how you actually make this effect. So this round effect, like right here, and the small effects here, always these wind effects and stuff like this. I don't want to erase everything. Yeah. So maybe I can explain you something about it now if you want, or you have some other questions. My day to day, yeah, not bad. I made 2 new animations for tutorials, and my first live stream. It's pretty awkward to speak all the time in English. I normally don't speak English 1 hour straight. It's a little bit weird, but yeah. I mean, if you like it, I like it. We like it. Your holidays start in 3 days. Great. That's so cool. And you'll always be on my stream. That's nice. Then I will definitely stream a lot more when you have holidays, just for you. I will see. I really try to find some time to make live streams. Maybe I can improve a lot of live streams. Yeah. Or maybe we have a live stream where we just play some games together. So I think I will make a live stream with the chat. So yeah, when you want to play, I don't know, Minecraft, Rocket League, or whatever, then we can make a live stream with just playing some games. Would be cool, actually. So, one in the chat if you want to play games with Rakuto. So, games on PC, please. Adult, not for adults, only for you. My English is perfect. Thank you. Sometimes I heard that I have a pretty awful English, and yeah, it's a little bit frustrating to hear that, but yeah. What do I prefer? I would not answer this question. I'm sorry. But my honest opinion, who cares? It's, yeah, just, who cares, actually? Okay, so maybe I can explain some effect stuff right here, what I have done in this animation. So actually in the first place, when you make a shockwave animation, or especially a strong punch animation, you just need a starting pose like this. So my purple stickman is the stickman who is punching the other one, and his one arm is leaning back. It's going this direction, and then he needs a lot of speed. He builds up his punch, leaning forward. Right here, I used the same picture, so I used 2 frames, and then he instantly goes for the punch. So like this, just this fast movement in the right direction. And then when the punch comes in, then I immediately drop my effect in for this oval shape effect. I'm using this setting, so you can choose a round shape or just a straight shape. So when I choose the round shape and I draw in there, I can have a clean circle, and with this tool I made the small wind effect right here, and the other wind effects I just used like a gray color and then made some fast lines. Maybe I used like 20 pixel or so, or maybe 10, I don't know. I think 10 or 11 pixels for these. And then when you have like the fast things and the oval shape, I'm going to the eraser and make the opacity of the eraser a little bit smaller, maybe around 40 or 20%. And then it will erase not everything, it just makes the effect a little bit transparent. And then when you always erase a little bit more, you can see that it gets more and more transparent and it slowly disappears. Yeah, and that's why you can see the wind effect, but you can also see through it, so it feels a little bit more realistic. It feels a little bit more like a real wind effect. What is all of your average FPS? My average FPS is 24, actually. But most of the times I also copy and paste some images just to save some time, and then it's called animating on twos. So sometimes it's like animating with 12 FPS, but actually it's 24. How many hours are you animating a day? I think it's about 6 hours of animation. Yeah. I'm not animating every day because sometimes I have to edit my videos, do some private stuff. Yeah. But 6 hours, I try to animate 6 hours a day. Sometimes it's very frustrating, but yeah. Yeah, I definitely take breaks, so don't worry, I'm fine. And my next subscriber goal, actually it's 20k. It's awesome. So it's awesome to have 12k, or maybe in a few weeks we reached 13k. I never thought about having this much subscribers. So I made YouTube earlier with some gaming stuff. Maybe I was around 12 or 10 years old or so. I made some gaming stuff, and yeah, it was cool, but I had like 50 subscribers, and now I have 12k. It's pretty cool, and thank you guys for that. It's always nice to hear your comments and to read your comments, and now I'm live. Some of you are watching. That's cool. I like it. Yeah, maybe 6 hours is a little bit too much. So I don't think I work constantly 6 hours. So I'm not working 6 hours straight. I definitely take some breaks. Yeah. Minecraft, Bedrock or Java? Java. Definitely Java. For hours for my own health. Yeah, yes, you're right, but I want to make animation as my full-time job. I try to. It's not working right now, but I try to make animation my full-time job. So I need to animate more than 4 hours, I guess, to really get some better animations. I always want to improve myself, so I think 4 or 6 hours a day I really need them. But I definitely take a lot of breaks, so don't worry. Can we support you in another way than subscribing? Yes, you can. So I don't want to ask for subscriptions or memberships and stuff like that, but yeah, you can support me. So I having a membership on my channel, so you can join for like $1 or so. Yeah, so with this membership you can, I will answer your comments directly, and it's just $1. It's not that much, but I don't ask for this stuff. You just do your thing, hold your money in your pocket. But if you want to support me, it's always nice to hear that. It's always nice to see that, and thank you for that. And you can, of course, you can also gift some stuff on live, I think. I don't know how this stuff works. First live stream, because I'm also not watching a lot of live streams in my private time, but I know that there's stuff you can do. Yeah. But actually you always support me with your lovely comments, so they keep me motivating. I want you to show me how to make a fluid animation. Okay, fluid animation. I think that so actually every animation needs to be fluid in some kind, so I will try to show you this right now. So give me a second. I will switch to another animation, maybe like this. So I think this animation right here I made earlier this stream was pretty fluid at the beginning, and this is because at the start I'm using a lot of frames just for the build-up. Yeah, don't worry about the head. The head is not necessary right now. We don't need a head. We just need the body. Yeah, so at the start I'm so let me change the color. I'm started with the first frame, then I drawed like, I think like this frame, and then I in between it. So I made the second, the third, and the fourth and the fifth frame. And to make it fluid, you just need always to look on your onion skin. The onion skin is this green and red stuff right here. And then draw it as close as possible. So as you can see, to make it fluid at the beginning, the stickman is not moving a lot out of the place, so it's always in between those onion skins. As you can see, he's not moving too crazy. He's just moving a little bit from the frames before, changing his position not too much. But this is just for the small movement, so I quickly change my animation right here. And Flippity crashed, nice. Yeah, as you can see here, the movement starts immediately, and you can see that the onion skin is a little bit further away this time. Yeah, it's a little bit further away, but you can see that he's still standing in this position right here, and just his arm moves in an arc. So actually, when you want to have a fluid animation, you need to have your movement always the same. So as an animator, you need to animate in arcs. So as you can see, the arm starts from here, then it's moving a little bit up, and then here's the third one. And as you can see, it's a small arc, this movement, but it makes your animation more realistic, and it always looks great. A tutorial on how to animate fire. I made a tutorial on. Let me show you this quick. Yeah, I made a tutorial on a fire blast a year ago, but if you want to know something else about fire, so maybe like how to animate a small fire or a fireball or something like that, I also could make one, definitely, yeah. So yeah, the next few days I will try to make as much tutorials as possible. So maybe I make a small fire tutorial, why not? Let's go. Maybe you don't want to answer, but do you touch YouTube money? I get a little bit of money from YouTube. Actually, not that much. So I can't live only from YouTube. I make a lot of views, so I make decent amount of views. For me, it's a lot. For others, it's okay. But I don't get that much out of YouTube. A tutorial of how to animate a guy getting hit far away. That would be a very cool title for a tutorial. Do you mean something like this, where something like the shockwave effect tutorial? So when you see the animation, he definitely gets it far away. So maybe this one will help you. I will upload it in 2 weeks, I think. Yeah. Okay, bye bye, your local animator. Thanks for watching my stream. Hope you have a great day. What is the size of your pen when animating stick figures? Okay, that's a question a lot of people ask. Maybe for a just simple scene like this, no? I'm using 25 pixels to 30 pixels, but most of the time I'm using 25 pixels. And then I think you have a not too small line, but not too thick line for the stick figure. I think 24 pixels for the stick figure line works pretty well. But when I have like a pretty close up fight, I make you can always change the size of the stick figures as further as they moving to the camera, the bigger the size gets. Yeah, it's that easy. But for a simple animation like this, I would recommend to use 25 pixels. Animate a fluid backflip. Okay, let's go. I will do it. Let's do a backflip. I actually never... Maybe I made a backflip. But I think I didn't animate backflip that much. Just some rolling to the back by the backflip. Let's try this. I'm using a purple guy. 25 pixels as always. Okay, so let's make him just stand there. then I draw the keyframes. So his legs go down. He's launching the backflip. How do you backflip? Wait. That's also always a problem when animating. I always need to think how do you do simple stuff like backflip. I actually can't backflip. I can front flip, but how do you backflip? How does it look? So I really recommend to watch some real reference videos for like backflipping or so. I'm doing it without a reference right now, but normally I'm watching a video, for example, someone is doing a backflip and then I try to animate it. Yeah. So I think he's leaning his arms forward to get the power. So he's doing his arms right here and then getting the power overhead, I hope. Oh, he's leaning. No. He needs to do the arms back like this. So the next keyframe his legs go up. Maybe like this. And then his knees are maybe like in the face and he's holding his knees. I think this is how you backflip, I hope. And then at the end he's just like standing on the ground again. Okay, then let's in between this. So at the start he needs a lot of power for them. Do you use another app for the VCam? So I only used a different cam movement once. I used Shotcut on my PC. It's an editing program where I did the movement of the camera, but normally I'm doing the camera movement in Linework. So I'm moving the background and the stick figures. I also made a tutorial on that, maybe you watched it. But I thought about using a VCam. Yeah. Okay, let's crouch him a little bit more maybe. Needs to build up power. He should crouch right here, not in the in-between. There he needs to come down. So. Adding a new in-between right here. Okay, wait, this one needs to be here, I guess. And then I think I use this one twice. Then he needs to go up fast. His arms go on the front. Maybe I'm doing some smear effect right here. let's try it like this. So then his legs go up. Maybe I can do some smear effects for the legs, because they're moving from this position quickly to this position. So a smear effect would work pretty well, I hope. And then it goes like this. Maybe I move him a little bit more. I think he's standing like there. Then he's coming down. His arms go a little bit up right now. Then he's needs to back up himself. Going a little bit down before standing straight. And then, after holding himself, he tries to stand up. So, I hope this animation will be fluid. Sometimes I think the animation is perfect, but then it's just garbage. So let's see after this last frame. So as you can see, I'm doing more frames at the end because it's just he's not directly standing up, he's just standing up slowly. Maybe we can add another one. Okay, it's also my first time doing a backflip, doing a animation backflip. Yeah, let's see this. Okay, as you can see, the backflip is pretty fast. That's not exactly how I wanted. And the smear effects are a little bit too much right here. So we can remove a little bit of that. Yeah, I don't know. When I make a smear effect, I'm using like 2, 3 or 4 pixels. 1 pixel is actually way too small, way too thin. But 2 pixels or 3 pixels are perfect for a smear effect. Animate a guy dashed out of the frame super fast, but then cam follows him. Okay, yeah, I actually know what you mean. So when this guy and Flipper Clip crashed, great. So this guy, he's moving pretty fast. And then maybe right here. So actually I need the color of the stick figure first. So I think right here, he starts, so he goes in this direction, and that means when I want, so this is a camera, and when the camera wants to follow his fast movement, it means that the stick figure comes from this side, and then maybe the stick figure is going in this direction because the camera needs to follow him, so he stays like in the middle of the frame. It's a bit complicated to visualize my thinking, how I think when I animate, but yeah. So maybe he's like doing it like this. I think we can animate. So he's coming from this side, and I will copy it. Then I would always, so when he's like flying, when he's dashing, I would think that his arms and legs are not always at the same position. I think I will be live maybe half an hour, so until I think half an hour will be a good time. So because after that I really need to eat something. And it's my first live stream, so let's see. Okay, you want me to animate the guy who hid far away. Okay, then let's close this stuff and go to the guy who gets it far away. But I need to copy this animation because I need it for the tutorial without the guy hid far away. So after this, we go to a scene where the camera is following the black stick man. So we go to another scene. Also grab the small line for the background. And then he comes like from this side. Oh, he's coming into the scene pretty fast, just with a fast line, maybe like this, doing some quick smear effects because he's moving pretty fast into our scene. But I would recommend you, so when he's get hit out of the scene, I would not instantly go to the other scene. I would recommend you to just show the background first. So wait a second, I would do this. Yeah, so maybe like this. Make a few frames just like this, without any stick figure. And then the stick figure comes from the left. And in the next scene, I need to go to another layer. In the next scene, he's like right there. His arms and legs are shaking because of the fast movement. Stretch him a little bit because he's moving pretty fast right now. And then when he is like in the middle of the frame, increase your pixels to 25 again. Maybe he stops a little bit more, make his body a little bit bigger, but not so much stretch this time. You can also move him a little bit around, so like he goes like up, he goes like down, he's shaking around because of the fast movement. Always works pretty well. So when he's like this, after that, I make another one, maybe up, and then just the first, and then him going like a smear effect. Maybe something like this. He's like a little bit down, so he's shaking around in the scene. And then after that he's back normal, but his arms and legs are shaking a little bit, so just move them up and down. Maybe like this. Maybe it goes a little bit back, not too much, because you want to let him stay in the middle of the scene. So, and after that, we can do some wind effects, maybe on the ground. Something like this pretty fast. So I want to show you this pretty fast right now. I'm not doing the perfect lines on the ground. And then adding them maybe always in the third picture. So right here. And the wind effect is moving a little bit. And copy and paste it always after the first wind effect we draw. So right here. And also after the others. Right here. And then we need a third effect. So the wind effect or the movement effect is always changing. And because of that, it looks like the camera is moving with the stick figure. So and after that, we can just copy and paste those two images. And now it should look, when I have done everything right, it should look like the camera is moving with the fast stick figure. Yes, a little bit. It's not that great. I animated it really fast, but I hope you know what I mean exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I think that the stream is a little bit behind, so the delay is a little bit more than just. So I'm not perfectly live, I'm sorry for that. I think it's because I'm streaming from my iPad and I have to connect it with Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's why the connection is not always that great. I'm very sorry for that. I'm sorry. I drink too much, but stay hydrated. Okay, who do you think animates better than you in Flipperclip? Okay, what was... I think there are a lot of animators who can animate insane things on Flipperclip. I think there is... okay, I was searching on YouTube. His name is Scarred Animator, I think. And his animations are just absolutely insane. I mean, look at this. He's animating this stuff in Flipperclip, and I don't know how he's doing this. His level of animation is absolutely insane. He's definitely animating better than me. Yeah. Did I watch Hyun's Dojo? Yes, I watched some animations on there, and they are also pretty awesome. I really like the stick fight from them, from this community. I think most of them are animating with Adobe. Yeah. I think most of the professional stick fight animator are not using Flipperclip. Sad. Did you watch Haikyuu? Yes. Haikyuu is absolutely insane. I love the story. I love volleyball. I'm playing volleyball on my own, and the animation on Haikyuu is so godlike. I love it. I see better stickman animators than you. Yeah. It's hard to say that for me. I'm crying. But yes, of course, there are a lot of animators who are way better than me. I think there's like the red versus black stick fight. The stick fight is absolutely insane. Yeah, right. This one, you need to watch this if you haven't watched this right now. It's insane. You watched JJK? Yes, I watched it. That's Micromis, yeah. Micromis is definitely an insane animator. I think he is animating on Adobe, but that doesn't mean that he couldn't do this on Flipperclip. I think even if he is animating on Flipperclip, he would be a lot better than me. This guy is crazy. What of girl do I prefer in Jujutsu Kaisen? Weird question though. But I don't know. I think that I actually don't know the names of the Jujutsu Kaisen characters. I know the name of Gojo. Oh my god. Yeah, it was a long time ago when I watched Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm hyped for the second season, but I really didn't remember the name. That's sad. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I hope I could help you with your problem or with the following camera on the fast movement. I hope you know what I mean. I don't mean it in the rude way, I mean it in the fact way. Yeah, he's right. He's right. It's a fact. I wouldn't consider myself as the best animator. Definitely not. Absolutely not, no. But he's right, and it wasn't mean. It's okay. Okay, perfect, nice. That's great to hear from you. Then bye, have a nice day. Hope you like it. Okay, I think I gotta sleep. Good night. It's 1 a.m. on your time zone, oh my god. That's crazy. Sleep well. What do you think about face reveal? Maybe on 100k when I will reach this number in years. I don't know. I thought about a face reveal, but I'm a little bit scared. I mean, I'm pretty, definitely, but I don't know how you think about this stuff. I think I can interact a lot better when I show my face, but a lot of my privacy also goes away, and the privacy is always a problem. I don't know. Animation as a full career, I really want to do this. It would be absolutely awesome to animate all the time as a full career, but right now it's a hobby. I try to build up my YouTube channel, and maybe this one will be my career, but yeah, it's pretty hard, and I didn't find any job in my region. So local, there are no good jobs for animation, and I don't want to go to Japan. Yeah, also, you always can give your personal opinion. I think you didn't hate me, so I think there's no problem. I have a smooth voice, man. Oh my god, that's nice to hear. Thank you. So I think the biggest problem I have with live streaming is actually that I really don't know what I can do. So if you don't have any questions, I actually don't know what to do. Maybe I mean, I animated some stuff right here. I animated the backflip, and Flipperclip crashed again. I love it. I don't know, this happens so often the last days. Maybe I animated too much on Flipperclip, and I don't know why this happens. Maybe you also have this problem, and you can give me some advices how to stop Flipperclip from crashing. Would be cool. I don't know. I think there will always be questions. Yeah, that's true. Maybe later in some other streams there will be more persons who have some questions I can answer. But I mean, earlier the stream I think that you had a lot of questions, and I could do a lot of good things for you, I hope. Yeah. Are you going to switch to a different animation app? Nah, maybe when I have the money, then I will do this. But right now I don't have the money for Adobe, Flash, and I will stay on Flipperclip as long as I don't have the money. Yeah. I mean, it's also pretty weird to change the app because I need to learn a lot of new things for the program, but I also think that wouldn't be that big of a problem, actually, because you can always learn new things, and the main thing is animating, and I think I will be good with a new program. I hope. What got you to do Flipperclip? How exactly do you mean this? Do you mean why I started with Flipperclip? Or why I started animating? So Flipperclip, actually because it's the best and cheapest animation app for mobile devices. I think this is the app which can, when you can do it good, you can do professional animation on it, and that's great. And it also doesn't cost that much. I think they did some changes on the premium features. I bought the premium features way earlier, maybe 2 years ago, so I think it was a little bit cheaper this time, but yeah, Flipperclip is still free, and even without the premium features, it still works very good. It's nice to interact with you in your live streams. That's cool. It's pretty awesome to interact with you as well with the chat live. I mean, it's my first time doing this, and I also read your comments pretty earlier, but I'm try to answer all the questions, and maybe I will read it a little bit later. I hope you don't mind it. Yeah, I mean the price for premium is cheap, but the app itself is free, I think. I hope. I don't know how much the premium features are costing right now. I think I saw something. Okay, 2.5 euros a month. This is around $3 a month, I think, and $30 a year. Okay, this is actually it's more than I paid for all the premium features, but it's actually less than Adobe Flash. But Adobe Flash is also better, I have to say this. And by the way, this is no promotion or paid ad. I'm just talking about the price of Flipperclip. So I don't get any money from Flipperclip, by the way. Yeah, I'm just showing you this. Thank you. Thank you for wishing me the best in my future projects. And the premium features, they remove ads. So I don't have any ads on my Flipperclip. That's cool. Then I think unlock all the special features. This means that you can change everything on the onion skin. So in German it's called Zwiebel. So yeah, it's the onion skin, and you can change a lot of stuff. So you can do the onion skin multiple times, like 5 times, change the opacity of the onion skin, do a colored onion skin, a gray onion skin, and you can also do a grid in the background, and you can change that as well. I don't think then that you can do all the stuff without the features. Yeah. And you get some sound effects. I don't think I got the sound effects. I'm using the sound effects on Zapsplat. Yeah. But no watermark on videos is also great. I mean, I don't care if there's a watermark or not, but sometimes it looks better for the animation if there's no watermark. But actually, if there's a watermark, so a small flipper clip in your video, I think it doesn't matter. I want me to say your name? The jungle cock. Wild, I did it. Okay, do a cool combo. A cool combo? Okay, combos are actually hard to do, because you can do everything. You can make a kick, do some multiple punches, and combos are taking a lot of time. So the thing I do always before starting animating a combo, I'm making like a small storyboard, so I'm drawing like, so for example, this is the first frame, this is the second frame, or this is the first scene, this is the second frame scene, this is the third scene. So maybe I want to start with, so I'm trying a red one. This is a little bit thick. This is my first stick figure, and the combo will start like this. He just makes a hit. Maybe the other one plugs it. And then in the other scene, the other hand gets down, and it goes for like something like an uppercut or something like that. At this time, the black stick figure gets hit. And then in the last scene, he's doing like a kick. So I also would recommend you to make your combos always a little bit different, because when the stickmen always just use their hands, I think that the animation is a little bit boring or not that appealing. So when you try to interact with all of the body, so he uses the hands, he uses a kick, he uses a jump in the combo, I don't know, stuff like that. So he can, of course, he can use multiple hits. So when you just want a hand-to-hand fight using only the hands, I would recommend you to use some different combos. So maybe the stick fight is punching forward, then it's maybe making like an uppercut. After that, it's like spinning around, and after the spin, he launches with his attack. So he's like spinning around, and after the spin, goes for another attack. So this, I hope you understand what I mean, but this is like more appealing combo. So first of all, normal punch, or maybe you can do a punch like 3 times, pretty fast. After punching 3 times, go for the uppercut, then spinning, and go for the final punch. This is the basic of doing a combo. You can always change your combo, maybe doing a spin first, then using a kick or something. And yeah, just, it's like building with Lego. You build your different combos into the final, or you build your different punches and kicks into one combo, and you always change it to make it a cool animation. Yeah. Okay, so I hope you understand it a little bit better. Make a stickman escape a prison cube. Could be a cool idea. Maybe I do an animation in this way. But I think that, so maybe I will do some more explanation tomorrow. I think I will go live tomorrow as well. So when I maybe an hour later or an hour earlier, I definitely will tell you what I will do tomorrow, maybe in the community tab. And then I will definitely explain more about making combos, but tomorrow, I think, because right now I really need to eat and do some other stuff. I'm very sorry. Yeah. But I hope you liked my first live stream. I hope I could answer most of your questions. Yeah. And as I said, with the combo stuff, it is a lot of stuff. What I could recommend you is just to watch different animations with great combos, or maybe some combos you like. Maybe
Unterschreiben Sie Ihre Verträge?
You click on a video and then choose to make it 0.25 speed. Then you will see the animation more clearly, and you can learn a lot from those combos you like. Also, I made one video with just a stick fight. Right there I explained a lot of how to animate a combo. And also in one of my first videos I also made a combo tutorial. It's an older combo. I think that the second stick fight tutorial is a little bit more specific, and I explain a little bit more. It's more difficult, but the combo is way better. Maybe this one helps you. And now I think that's it for the stream. I hope you like it. I hope you see you soon, maybe tomorrow. And yeah, that's great. Hope you have a good night, and now bye bye.